Testing, testing. Sorry for the delayed start. My computer crashed as I went live the first time, so had to hurry and restart everything and figure out what was going on. Posted into my BIOS screen, so I was a little worried about that too. So anyway, can you hear me? Can you hear the music? Hopefully that's coming through. Awesome. Fantastic. I'm a little frazzled from the crash because it just was random, and I went live early at 8:58 and then ended up being late because it crashed. It's frustrating sometimes, and I don't even know what was wrong. It just crashed. Booted right back up, other than it went into my BIOS, and then I just escaped out, and then yeah. Anyway, hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Welcome back to the stream. My name is Mac. This is the official channel of Dungeon Alchemist. Again, sorry for me being a couple minutes late with a technical difficulty of my computer crashing as I went live with my first attempt. I have an SSD in my computers as my OS drive, which makes them boot really quick, first off. And this other computer, the Stream Machine, essentially has nothing on it but Windows and anything for streaming. So it's very, very quick in its boot. It has nothing stored in it, no other software. You know what I mean? I'm gonna mute that Discord sound. I'm hearing it from Discord. Okay. Sorry about the slight distraction there. I think my computer's just acting a little funky because of the crash. There's a few settings that are slightly different. Interesting enough. Okay, I'm still hearing it. Must be my other computer. We'll check there. Anyway, how you doing today, Atlam? I'm gonna make sure all the stream feeds are up. Got Steam, I have got TikTok, I've got Twitch. Looking good, looking good. I'm wonderful. Oh. Hey, Mateus, how you doing? Welcome back, my friend. I just keep hearing Discord messages coming in, like notifications. And I was like, what is that? I don't know where it's coming from. And anyway, I knew the Infernozilla server, because the new server I'm in, I haven't really configured it the same way as my other. How's your week off to so far, Atlam and Mateus? Here. Anything interesting happened to you today? Or at the end of your weekend? The tail end of your day? Cemetery's looking great. Thank you, Ortega. How you doing, by the way? Welcome back. Making some strides here along this edge. I am wonderful. Thank you for asking. Had a relaxing weekend. I played some skate with the missus and did some choring around the house. Mateus on Twitch says his weekend he spent a lot of money. Yesterday was mom's b-day. Today is your girlfriend's. Oh no. Dang. I mean, that's cool though. You get to have some fun with the ladies in your life and show them how much you care for them, right? I have a lot of respect for the mothers in this world because I was raised by a single mother. And yeah, I understand those struggles to a degree. Worst month for my finance life. You know, man, pro tip for next year, save in advance, right? Right after this and start getting the stuff in advance instead of like the month of. That way you can spread it out. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm sure there's some things they'll want that come up really like, but you could save some money for the things that come up randomly that are new, you know, like a new trend that may not have been something you thought of way in advance. But yeah, I mean, if you start saving, right after the birthday season, setting aside a little bit each month, and then by like month 6 or 7, then you go do the shopping. Maybe save a little bit still, just in case something else last minute comes up. So has anyone been working on any maps lately? And if you have, what kind of maps have you been working on? Love to hear about the encounters you're cooking up for your players. Additionally, if anyone is new to the community, I'd love to just say hello. My name is Mac. I'm the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. If you have any questions, concerns, you know, just generally curious about what you're seeing, please let me know in chat and I will do my best to address it. And I'd just love to welcome you all and let you know that, you know, you don't need to be shy here because we're actually quite fun. Hey, Canary Riot, how you doing? You're everywhere, Canary. You gonna be on Twitch today or TikTok or I don't know. You are an enigma. Sleepy? Is it kind of early for you? Because it's 9:10 in the morning for me. By the way, we're multi-streaming on, I think, 6 different platforms. Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Steam. So 6 different platforms simultaneously. Large fortress set between 2 mountain paths. Oh, cool, Ortega. That sounds like a neat build. I'd love to see progress on it as you work on it. Just like screenshots even would be cool. Are you in our Discord, Ortega? You just woke up? Yeah, I feel that. I actually didn't sleep well last night. I went to bed kind of early, like 8-ish, right? And then I woke up at like 1, and then I was up like all night. So I don't know why. Just was kind of restless. So Ortega on TikTok says it's a single location campaign, a large fortress set between 2 mountain paths. That is so cool, though. Melanie on Facebook, thank you for the like, much appreciated. You were like in like IRL or working on a map of one, Mateus? Like in the real world, you're working in an underground lab. That's pretty cool. Are you like a villain? So the point of this line here to make sure mostly all of these are set on the same line, because I feel like I'm drifting a little bit, and I am, so good to know. Hey, thank you for the likes, TikTok, much appreciated. Community map, got you. So it's not IRL. I was about to say, man, do you like twirl your mustache and stuff while you make cool concoctions in your lab? That's neat. Not many people working in a modern underground lab. Most labs are like in big buildings or whatever. They're underground. They're usually nefarious. I'm just kidding you, Mateus. I gotta see that map too. The assets on the workshop are a big helper for sure. If any of you aren't aware, Dungeon Alchemist is linked in with the Steam Workshop. You can click this tab here and you can search through maps, right? There's over 12,600 maps that have been shared by the Dungeon Alchemist community. Many of them are specific to, you know, certain campaigns and modules and regions. Others are just like fun homebrew and personal to their own campaigns. But there's thousands of maps at your fingertips. That paired with the workshop's asset importer option, we have over 10,600 additional assets, including what you get stock with Dungeon Alchemist. There's like 6,000, I think between 6 and 7,000. But then you come over here and you've got the assets on the workshop and it essentially triples what you had before. Great. Many of these assets go into other aesthetics because Dungeon Alchemist is primarily fantasy. We do work well with like early like Westernish stuff, Victorian stuff, but you can find sci-fi items on here, and you can find cyberpunk items on here, and cultural items on here, and it. What was the last thing you heard me say, Ortega? But because of the workshop integration, where community members can share maps and 3D models, it's really improved the type of maps you can make. People are starting to make all sorts of like sci-fi, post-apocalyptic, cyberpunk, etc. Minecraft, yeah, even that kind of stuff is on there. I do have to go through the workshop and trim it a little bit because assets that are clearly like copyright infringement or trademark infringement have to be removed. But yeah, anyway, I haven't done a good audit on the assets on the workshop in a few months. I should probably sit down and do that. You know, Ortega, I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember what I was talking about. I have this condition I call streamer brain, where I kind of often forget what I was discussing just minutes ago because I go through lots of topics and have conversations with multiple people simultaneously. But I will say this: if it was something regarding, you know, like a tip or a trick, I'll likely cover it again because I cover those often during the stream. That being said, I do think your map sounds really cool. And I would love if you could share it at some point, like images of it. There's a few companies that are very litigious and they like to protect their trademarks, their entities. And I understand why, you know. There is Nintendo, Disney, You know, there's a few companies that they just don't mess around when it comes to you people using their properties. That being said, it'll have a keep and a bailey and a blacksmith and a enchantress and a bunch of small housing buildings. That's really cool, Ortega. That sounds like it's really fleshed out for a fortress. So, like, what are the players going to be doing there? Is there a certain encounter they're going to be handling? Are they defending it from an onslaught, like during a siege, or what's going on? Give me some background. Okay, I think we got enough walkway this direction, at least. Hey, Mondu, how you doing, bud? I saw your post earlier, but I woke up and was getting ready for the stream, so I didn't have time for a proper response, but it looks pretty cool what you did there. Though, you know, like, I'm wondering how viable it'll be for how long, mainly because I feel like the next update will have the ability to copy and paste groups of objects. That said, I appreciate the effort and time you put into it. And it might even hasten it along. You know what I mean? It will be mostly defending it. The idea is that below their mines, there's an artifact of Hashtur. The big bad and minions are trying to get it to release him. Ha. Interesting. Are they going to try and, like, break in through any means necessary? Like, obviously sieging, but maybe digging underground, like undermining them? Honestly, I appreciate that. And it's crazy how many people still talk about damn file editing when it's like not even a necessity anymore for pretty much really anything. Like all the major reasons it was wanted have been like added as basic features. That's cool, Ortega. That's really cool. Sounds like a cool map. How much have you got to? How much of it is finished? And how much longer do you think it'll be like work until it'll be done? Like how many hours? Because I'm curious how much time you've put into it and how much time you think you'll put into it. By the way, welcome one and all to the stream. My name is Mac. I'm the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. Dungeon Alchemist is the map making tool you see in front of you. It is a map making utility and immersion tool that allows you to essentially build maps in a snap, or you can spend hours building them meticulously by hand like I like to. You can generate entire environments, you know, forests, grasslands, fey plains, you know, winterlands, etc. And you can generate them in moments and change the environment pretty rapidly. You can add houses and buildings to the environment just as quick, and we now have multi-level available, so you can build multi-level structures, including below ground and above ground. Hey, Anani, how you doing? Welcome back. How was your weekend? Goodness, we are getting so close to the end of this. Just gonna save because I haven't in a minute. Gotta save often. Always be saving, I say. ABS. Not to be confused with the anti-lock brake system. Respect. Respect, Ortega. I like building maps by hand too. I think it's fun to just put in the time and build it out because you get to customize every inch of it. Using the room and environment generation is quick. It's easy, especially if your players are like throwing you for a loop and they're going somewhere you didn't intend. But where you're doing like a self-contained adventure for them in one environment, it makes sense, you know, to flesh it out and have all the details and everything on hand for them to experience, right? Hey, Mandu, what you gonna make? Yeah, let's talk about it. What you gonna make? And you're gonna make enough for everyone to share? I kid. I'm actually kind of glad how that lined up there, because this is like gonna start turning soon. Oh my gosh, look how close we are to the end of this section. This is gonna be like, when this is done, this is gonna be the most bitchin' large, massive ancient cemetery on the workshop. My only regret is that I started it before the update, is so there's not multi-level and underground in it, but it's still super cool. Oh dang, Ortega, that sounds intense, man. I do a lot of 3D printing myself, and the amount of work involved in what you're saying would be like tons. You know, removing supports, sanding, and like just finish work, painting. Oh my goodness, 3D printing is fun, but also it's one of those hobbies that like it essentially gives you about 5 other hobbies worth of skills, and you need to maintain the printer like a car. It's nuts. I love it, but I also, I don't know, I take breaks. You know what I mean? Foamcraft, my wife loves Foamcraft because she used to do like cosplay stuff here and there. She still does, but she'll like dress up. When we used to go to conventions, she would like dress up, but she doesn't do that anymore because she is too at risk and immunocompromised to go to stuff like that anymore. Oh man, you are, oh my goodness, you need, what's wrong with your FDM printer, do you know? And you need a new screen for your, that's a big break. Man, replacing those screens, ugh. You mean a FEP screen or an actual, the DL, like the little digital display underneath that lights up? Either one, it's a pain. Rev, how you doing, my man? Welcome back. Just the FEP, that's still a pain. Man, when I have to change my FEP, I have to set aside like a whole day. You feel me? Like, it gets kind of annoying. Hey, Angelo, welcome back. How you doing, buddy? How was your weekend? I'm trying to think, should I do this? Because I kind of want to start putting graves like this way. So I think I'll make that into like a little space with like a benches or something, plants. This triangle will be a pizza plaza. Monday, Monday, Monday. Artful Darkness, thank you for sharing the live. Got a lot of people tuning in now, and I just want to say thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you so very, very much for supporting these community initiatives. For those that are new here, I want to introduce myself. Just say hello. My name is Mac. I'm the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. Excuse me, a little short of breath. Or Dungeon Alchemist. That is the program you see in front of you. It's a map-making tool and immersion utility available on Steam. We offer a free demo. so you can try it out and see what it's like. And also, I just would like to make everyone aware that Dungeon Alchemist will be on sale very soon, because the Steam Autumn sale should be going live in about 30 minutes. Or now, is it now? I can't remember. Let's look. It is not on sale yet, as far as I can tell. Should be very soon. Tell me what's going on with it, and I could probably help you suss it out, because I've literally fixed almost every problem imaginable on an FDM printer. I have 2 FDM printers and a resin printer. My username, my stream name is Mac3D, because I used to 3D print on the side of all of my streams. So there'd be a print going in the corner, a camera dedicated to it, every stream. And we would discuss that, but I'd also be doing other things like gaming, but I'd also do craft days where I'd like sand the prints and assemble them. Dude, I did all sorts of 3D printing. If you tell me what's going on with it, I could help you try and diagnose it, is what I'm saying. Also, I have a homie with a bamboo, and I could ping him and see what he thinks. It is kind of one of those things. I actually don't even stream on my own channel anymore that much, like once every few months. Especially now that I have this job, it's hard to dedicate energy to content creation outside of this. You know what I mean? Anything I do outside of work is basically just me like doing stuff for myself so I can relax, unwind. Like my crazy projects in my garage. You know, Anani, I appreciate that. Honestly, I never know exactly what everyone, you know, enjoys about the streams. Man, I'm really trying to, there we go. Trying to find one with a pit. And it's interesting to read that you say, I really love the streams. I was never on Twitch before DA that much. So basically, once you got Dungeon Alchemist, you tuned into the streams on Twitch and checked it out, and now you enjoy vibing on the streams. That's cool. You know, that's awesome. Honestly, y'all, I appreciate the community support. Our streams are a big cornerstone of like Dungeon Alchemist as a whole. I feel like it's a very important part of what we are as like a product and a brand. You know, the constant availability and streams and live support and guidance. And I don't want to, you know, toot my own horn too much, but I really do appreciate those that see the merit of the streams and take advantage of them, you know, and are constantly here and supporting them. You know, did we just crash? Stand by. Is it back up now? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, I dropped a ton of frames. Everyone refresh. Yeah, definitely refresh. Thank you for letting them know. That was weird. Of course. Let's see. I was just saying I appreciate everyone that comes in to support the streams and sees the merit of them. Because, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I very much think that Dungeon Alchemist is unique in that, like, the way we, provide, like an online presence where you can drop in several times a week, hang out with other like-minded GMs and map makers, but also get support live from someone who, isn't in a remote call center somewhere or an AI-based chat bot or, I don't know. I think we're kind of leaving the era of like hands-on customer service. A lot of big companies are just like doing away with it. They want to put as many walls and barriers between you and their team as possible. The phones have automation and take forever to get to a human or can't at all. Seems like one of those days with the stream that we're getting a little weirdness. But it's definitely stopped, whatever the problem was. It could have just been an internet hiccup on my end. Sorry for that, everyone. Yeah, I got to get the hamsters back to work, right? It just crashed again. I hit Twitch's emotional bandwidth limit. That's funny. Where did the stream go? Hey, Toasty Cakes. I appreciate you chiming in for that first time chat. I don't know if it's my internet or if it's Twitch, or it looks like all these platforms are having issues. Great. It's probably my internet, if I had to guess, that's causing the issue. Here, I'm gonna run a quick speed test. See where we're at. Sometimes my internet just has trouble. Looking good. My download is reasonable. What's my upload? Can you all type refresh in chat? I think we're just having a weird stream day. I don't know if it's my hardware or if it's my internet or, anything. It could be any number of issues, but I apologize that we're having these problems. We may even crash again. If this keeps happening, we may have to wrap up the stream and try it another day. It could be. I restarted the computer, though. These crashes look like we're dropping frame. Here, let me look at it. Stand by. Stream disconnected, attempting to reconnect. So it's definitely something with my internet. I'm guessing my internet is having issues today, which it tends to have sometimes because there's construction all around my neighborhood. And they kind of just... Hey, y'all, can you hear me? Okay, I'm back. It looks like I am gonna probably restart my modem. Something's up. I'm gonna restart my stream computer. I don't know what's going on. It is definitely something local though. Probably my internet or my router or my modem or my computer. So I'm going to end the stream really quickly for about 5 minutes to restart my internet. Oh, my mic isn't muted. Okay, I'll be back in 5, all right?